What you're observing may well be the beginning of the end. 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 Beginning of the end.
This is a war, you know, it's a full-scale war.
Victoria is back.
To basically kill off Bella and Edward.
Bella is the reason that Victoria's mate, James, was killed.
She needs to inflict on Edward and Bella what she had to go through.
With James, it was a game. You know, it was a hunt. In this film, it's vengeance.
Victoria is looking for revenge, and she's going straight after Bella.
And then there's also a giant army of newborn vampires. They are the strongest vampires out there.
The wolves and the vampires need each other, and they're forced to create this team.
Our kind is never more physically powerful than our first several months of this life.
We do some serious battle with some evil vampires, and our werewolf friends help us.
It's a tricky situation because we're asking them to kill these vampires, but hey, can you guys leave us alone?
Here's where we get into shape. We have the giant hamster wheel over here. Can you get that? I can walk down the block without feeling winded, so thank you, Eclipse. We have a lot to learn in a little amount of time, so as much time we can get with them, we train them.
Again!
So you have a lot of action, and that's what us guys love. We're doing some intense stuff.
Edward and Bella, it all revolves around them. And Jacob. Edward and Bella and Jacob, the whole story.
The love triangle, for me, is kind of about fantasy love and reality love.
I'm totally in love with my best friend, but just not as much as my true love, who obviously is Edward. She's keeping Jacob at arm's length, and it's the hardest thing for her to do because she's definitely betraying true feelings for him.
I wanted her to really have to look at what she was choosing and what she was giving up, and put full weight on both of those choices before she made it.
She's faced with this really complex situation where there's no black and white sort of easy answer. Will she give up her life, or will she give up her life? What will Bella do? You know, what will Bella do? Eclipse, it's neither day nor night. You know, it's kind of a turning point. It could turn back into day, or we could, you know, be thrust into darkness. You know, I think the boys will be really excited about Eclipse.
There's going to be a lot more action, a lot more romance. You have a lot of anticipation. You know, there's just so much energy put into this. I just can't wait.
There was a great deal more personal interaction between our wolf characters and the humans in this case. There's an intimate moment where Jacob joins Bella. So in that particular instance, Taylor was dressed up in a kind of a non-reflective gray outfit and actually acted the scene with Kristen to get the right kind of eye lines and motivation and all of that kind of thing. So that was very carefully laid out.
The way the sequence was originally designed, Jacob just comes up to Bella, and they sort of, you know, just are right next to each other, and they're talking, and it's very cute and beautiful. And David said, in this shot, I want you to sort of put your head down, and Kristen, you just sort of rub his head. That was not exactly what we had expected. How are we going to actually get her hand moving around his fur?
We know that's going to be a technical challenge.
Of course, what we have to do ultimately is cover Taylor up with a wolf, and where you see him, we have to paint him out and restore the background.
So once this gets transposed into Wolfland, if it's basically a hairless wolf. Physically, her hand is actually scratching him on, and then once we send it through comp, that'll be fully realized.
So the University of Washington sent me and Eric our dorm assignments yesterday. I'm in the furthest dorm from campus. Eric's in the closest one, of course. Something wrong? No. Why? Well, one, Edward's always with you, and two, you keep looking out that window like you're hoping he'll show up and serenade you or something. Doubtful. Okay. You don't have to talk about it. No, it's nothing. I mean, it is, but... Okay. You remember Jacob Black? Oh. Okay. So, Edward's jealous. You say that like it's really obvious. Isn't it? I've seen the way Jacob looks at you. Edward's seen it too. He's only human. He's gonna act like any other guy. I think it's a little more complicated. Say the words, Bella. Jealousy. I've told Jake how I feel. He understands. Okay. So the word's denial. You saying I'm an idiot? Oh, just a little oblivious. What? I mean, every move I make hurts someone. Bella, they're big boys. They make their own choices. Seriously, don't worry about it. It'll work itself out. It's not life or death. Yeah.
Oh, I'm proud of you, Bells. Can't wait to see what you're gonna do next. You're my biggest accomplishment.
It's not. It's not true.
Yes, it is. Well, you'll see one day when you have kids.
Bad for.
Edward, I don't think that we should wait until graduation. I think you should change me now.
Bella, no.
I'm a liability now. I could be an asset.
You'd be a bigger liability as a newborn. Unable to control your instincts. An easy target. There's also your father to consider. And your mother. Imagine how terrible it would be for them if you suddenly disappeared.
But we're still gonna kick someone's ass, right?
I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, nobody's life is perfect.
Mine was. Absolutely perfect. There were things I still wanted. To be married with a nice house and a husband to kiss me when he came home. But mostly I wanted a baby.
He never cries.
So much. Aren't you just the best little boy ever? Royce King was the most eligible bachelor in town. I barely knew him. We were never alone.